The Stranger novel by Albert Camus, part 2. In part 2, there is a total 5 chapters. Part 1 we already discussed. In part 1 there is a total 6 chapter which we were already discussed in previous video. In this video we will discuss part 2 entire chapters, chapter number 1 to chapter number 5. So start करते हैं. सो मर्स्यू इज़ नाउ इन जेल. जैसे कि हमने पार्ट 2 जब चैप्टर नंबर 6 का फिनिश किया था तब हमें पता था कि मर्स्यू ने मर्डर कर दिया एक अरब मैन का. तो उससे आगे ये स्टोरी कंटिन्यू हो रही है. मर्स्यू इज़ नाउ इन जेल बिकॉज ही किल्ड अ अरब मैन. दिस चैप्टर शोज what happens to him after he is arrested. Police and court. The police ask him many questions. A judge, magistrate, talks to him. The judge wants to know why he killed the man. Mercier says there was no special reason. It just happened. This makes judge confused and angry. Religion talk. The judge talks to Mercier about God. He shows Mercier a cross and asks if he believes in God. Mercier says no, he does not believe. The judge is shocked and upset by this. Life in prison. Mercier talks about what it is like in jail. At first it's hard. He miss smoking, going outside and women. But later he gets used to it. He reads old newspapers and sleeps aloud. In chapter number 1, there is a main point. Mercier does not lie or pretend. He always says the truth, even if people don't like it. He does not feel sorry the way people expect. He learns to live in jail, even if life feels boring and empty. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में हम चलते हैं. मर्सियो इज स्टिल इन जेल एंड नाउ द फोकस इज ऑन हिज ट्रायल फॉर किलिंग द अरब मैन. द डे ऑफ द ट्रायल, मर्सियो इज टेकन टू कोर्ट. देयर आर मैनी पीपल इन द कोर्ट रूम. द जज, lawyers, reporters, and the jury. Mercier noticed they are watching him closely, like he is something to study. Testimonies. Many people talked during the trial, including his neighbors like Raymond and Salmon, his boss, Mary, his girlfriend. They talk about Mercier's life, especially how he acted at his mother's funeral. Focus on the funeral. The court cares more about how old or unemotional Mercier was at the funeral than the actual killing. They say he did not cry or seem sad, and he went to the beach and started dating Mary right after. Mercier's feelings. Mercier feels like an outsider at his own trial. He does not really understand the rules and he does not pretend to feel something he does not. He is honest but does not try to defend himself emotionally. In chapter number 2, Mercier is being judged more for his lack of emotion than for the murder itself. Society wants people to show feelings in right way. Mercier's honesty and calm behavior make people think he is a dangerous or strange. Chapter number 3. Mercier's trial continues. This chapter shows more of what happens in court and how people talk about Mercier. More people speak. Witnesses keep talking about Mercier's life and personality. They focus a lot on things he did before the murder, like not crying at his mother's funeral, going to the movies with Mary next day. They make it sound like Mercier is a bad person just because he did not act emotional. Mary tries to help. Mary speaks at his trial. She says Mercier is kind and that murder was just bad luck. But court does not listen much. They care more about how Mercier acted after the funeral. The lawyers struggle. Mercius' lawyer tries to defend him. He says Mercius did not plan the killing and that it was not murder with intent. But the prosecutor says he has no soul and is danger to society. Mercius thought. Mercio watches everything quietly. He feels like he is just watching a show about someone else. He still does not feel remorse, deep regret, and does not try to act sad or face emotions. In chapter number 3, the court is more upset about Mercio's emotions, like a lack of emotions, than the actual killing. People are punished not just for what they do, but for not fitting in or not acting normal. Mercio feels like a stranger to the whole process, like it's not even about him. Next chapter, chapter number 4. This is the final part of Mercio's trial. It shows the ending of the trial and what decision and court makes. Final arguments. The prosecutor, the lawyer who wants Mercio to punished, gives a big speech. He says Mercio has no heart, no moral, and is a danger to society. He connects Mercio's actions at his mother's funeral to the murder. He wants Mercius to get the he wants Mercius to get the death penalty. जो opposite lawyer था ना, वो चाहता था कि मर्सियो को एक की डेथ की उसकी को सज़ा मिले. Mercius lawyer speaks, but जो मर्सियो का लॉयर था वो क्या कह रहा है? His lawyer says the murder was not planned. He says Mercius was just in a strange situation and son made him act like without thinking. But he does not talk about Mercius' feelings or try to make him look emotional, which might have helped. Mercius' last words. Mercius is asked if he has anything to say. He says something simple like he did not mean to kill the man and it just happened. He does not beg for mercy or show emotion. The verdict. The jury finds Mercius guilty of murder with no excuse. The court sentences him to death. He will be killed by guillotine, a machine used for executions. In chapter number 4, Mercius is punished mostly because of his lack of emotions, not just the crime. Society wants people to follow emotional rules like crying at funeral and feeling guilt. Mercius stays honest and refuses to pretend. This makes him look like a monster in the eyes of the court. In chapter number 5, Mercius is now waiting in prison for his execution. This chapter shows his thoughts as he faces death. Waiting to die. Mercius does not know when he will be executed. This waiting is the hardest part. He hopes each time the guard comes, it's not the day. He thinks a lot about life and death. His thoughts of change. At first he is scared, but over time he begins to accept that he will die. He realizes that everyone dies one day and it does not matter when. Life has no big meanings, so that does not seem as scary to him. The priest comes to talk to Mercius about God and heaven. Mercius gets angry. He says he does not believe in God and does not want to pretend. He tells the priest to leave. He wants to stay honest even at the end. Mercius' peace. After the priest leaves, Mercius feels calm. He thinks about the stars, the skies, and the world around him. He accepts the life is simple, natural, and absurd. And that's okay. He feels ready to die and wants people to watch with shouts of hate because he now feels part of the world and free. So, in this chapter number 5 and last chapter of part 2, Mercius accepts that death is a part of life. He refuses to pretend or lie to believe in something he does not, even when facing the death. He finds peace in being honest, even if life has no deep meaning. The novel ends with Mercier feeling free even though he is about to die.